Let's go to Qingdao. B. In this two-part series, we will first dive into the port city of Qingdao to explore its rich colonial architecture and emerald green waters. Furthermore, we will also be stuffing ourselves with the local gout-inducing cuisines. Then, for the second part of the video, we will embark on a journey up the majestic mountains of Laoshan before heading back into the city to celebrate the end of our trip with some amazing street food. So grab a pint, sit tight, and let's explore the boozy city of Qingdao. Hello viewers, welcome back! I know, it's been a long time. But anyway, we're in the northeastern port city of China, Qingdao, which is only about a 4-hour bullet train ride from Beijing. But don't be fooled by its laid-back appearance, because apparently this city was ranked as one of the most popular tourist destinations within China, thanks to its beautiful coastal shores and sandy beaches. Sort of like Sanya, but you know, Sanya caters more to the aristocrats, you know, them crazy rich Asians. Like many port cities in China, the architecture and urban design of Qingdao reflects many colonial influences. This is because the city was once a colony of Germany. Back in the late 1800s, the Germans occupied Qingdao and turned what was back then just a fishing village into a tiny German town. Guten Tag! During that time, the Germans planted many of their buildings and the holiday inns of Jesus Christ throughout the city. Honestly, who visits the churches here? I'm not sure about the demographics of Christians and Catholics living here, but isn't most Chinese Buddhists, Taoists, or simply just non-believers? After observing my surroundings for a little while, I understood. But you need them European buildings to give you that nice, perfect foreign picture. The name Qingdao translates to Azure Island, well, because of the bluish-green waters off the coast. But guys, check out this majestic view here from Xiaoyushan. The red roofs and green canopies set against the bright blue sky and the clear waters. So European, so foreign, so... Yep, that's right. They'll always remind you of where you are. Aside from that, this is probably the greenest city that I've been to in China. A very nice mix of vegetation and urban buildings, kind of like my home, Singapore. But legend has it that if you look hard enough or through a telescope, you'll be able to spot South Korea somewhere across the ocean. Geographically, Qingdao sits along the northeastern shores of China, just an arm's reach to the land of kimchi. And because it's so near to Korea, only an hour and a half flight in between, many Koreans migrated over to Qingdao. And because of that, you'll find many Korean street snacks and restaurants throughout the city. There is even a Korean town, for Christ's sake. So the next time you're looking for a Korean boyfriend in China, you know where to go. Now, if you don't already know, Qingdao is known throughout the world because of its delicious beer. And rumor has it that the reason why Qingdao beer tastes so good is because they source their waters from the spring waters of Laoshan. And because beer is essentially 90% water, it's only gonna be as good as its waters. So in order to see if the rumors are true, we head down to the Qingdao Beer Museum to investigate. Here at the Qingdao Beer Museum, you'll be given quite an extensive history lesson regarding the city and Qingdao beer. For, at the beginning, it was created by the German people. And because the West pronounces the alphabet Q different to the East, they had to label it Qingdao with a TS instead of a Q, just so the folks back home don't call their product Qingdao beer. And then during World War II, when Qingdao was occupied by the Japanese, it came under the Dai Nippon Company. Okay, that's all very cool and very interesting. But what about that rumor? You know, that rumor that they use the Laoshan spring water as the main ingredient of their brewing process. Well, according to the guide at the museum, there are currently 5 Qingdao factories here in China. But it is said that beers that comes from factory number 1 and number 5 are the best of the best. So factory number 1, or Yichang, was the original factory constructed by the Germans in the early 1900s. Yeah, so if the technique, ingredients and everything stayed pretty much the same, and if it's German beer, then I guess it should be good, right? But for factory number 5, that's where things get a bit more interesting. Because it wasn't always under Qingdao Brewery. Factory number 5, or Yichang, was owned by a separate company in the past called, yep, you guessed it, Laoshan Beer. And yes, their source of water comes from the spring waters of Laoshan. Thus, only the beers coming from factory number 5 have been kissed by the bosom of Mother Nature. Delicious. Life is good here, eh? But wait, you must be wondering, how can I tell which factory did the bottles come from? Well, here's a little trick I've learned at the museum. If you look at the bottle cap, the numbers on the top indicates the manufacturing date, but the number below tells you which factory it comes from. So here it says 01117.43. The first 2 digits, 01, means factory number 1. Then, the third number represents which row it came from. So this bottle came from the first row. Finally, 1743, which means that at 5:43 PM, it was bottled. Well, now you know. Anyway guys, we are currently at Dengzhou Lu, also known by the locals as Beer Street. And here, you can find many restaurants serving delicious seafood and beer. But did you also know that aside from liquid gold, the Shandong province is renowned for another kind of alcoholic beverage? Wine. Who would have guessed? And you can learn more about its history at the Wine Museum. But even though this place is given a 4-star rating, I wouldn't recommend it. Yeah, cause it's really empty and spooky. I swear man, this is just the stuff from nightmares. If that bartender behind me starts moving, then I'm definitely gonna crap my pants. Oh my god, I swear it's so hot. So hot that I'm hallucinating. I'm seeing weird things. Weird things? Like a fucking dried up shark. What? And despite all that, we have to walk around or take the public transport. Because apparently, this is the only city in China that I've been to that doesn't have a bike rental service. Yeah, that's right. No Hello bikes, no Meituan bikes. I don't know why. Probably because the roads are a bit too narrow and steep. Anyway, that aside, while we were walking around, we noticed several locals drinking beer from a plastic bag. And apparently that's a thing here in Qingdao. Maybe because it's lighter to carry around, I don't know. But it's weird, right? Because won't the fizz and bubbles dissipate faster once it's out from its can or bottle? I don't know. Either way, I don't do that because, you know, I find it weird because it looks like I'm drinking from a bag of piss. The only good thing about a hot sunny day is watching the sun set by the beach. I don't know, something about the smell of the ocean, the cold salty waters, the sound of people having fun, just calms everything down. And if you want to, you can grab yourself a souvenir, because she sells seashells by the seashore. Us on the other hand, well, Queenie and I, we decided to get our own platter of seashells. Check that out. This beast of a seafood platter has so much seafood. Look at it, there's abalones, there's shellfish, there's clams, there's prawns, there's oysters. and so many other more that I don't know what. And not to mention, this meal also comes with Qingdao specialty seafood dumplings. The dumplings in Qingdao are special because unlike the rest of the mainland China, where the fillings of dumplings are made with pork, this is filled with all kinds of seafood. Squid, fish, you name it, they have it. Okay, I can't wait. Let's try the broth first. Not exaggerating, legit. I'm gonna try the scallop. Rarely am I lost for words, but this was fucking amazing. Bright, bouncy, fresh, plump. Oh, look at that. The taste of an ocean. If you love seafood, then definitely give this a go when you're in Qingdao. But anyway guys, that's it for this video. I hope that it has given you some ideas on what to do the next time you can visit Qingdao. And as mentioned in the video, there are no rental bikes available within the city. So if you intend to save a bit of money traveling around, you can download this WeChat mini program, which will allow you to use the public bus services. In the next episode, join Frodo and Sam on their journey up the beautiful coastal mountains of Laoshan before heading back into the city to celebrate the end of this Qingdao trip with some amazing street food. Well, that's it guys. Thanks for joining us. If you have enjoyed the video and want to see more, kindly destroy the like button and don't forget to subscribe and stay so thirsty.